Welcome to this deep dive. Today we are decoding a really dense product page from HDTV Supply. We're looking at a highly specialized piece of networking gear called the Kramer FC-22ETH two-port serial control gateway.
Yeah, it is quite a mouthful. But our mission today is basically to translate all that heavy technical jargon into, a clear picture of how legacy hardware actually survives in the modern internet era.
Exactly. And look, even if you are not personally wiring up a massive sports bar TV system, which is like a major category on this website, understanding how older electronics learn to speak to modern networks is just a fascinating puzzle. So, okay, let's unpack this.
Right, let's do it.
Imagine a room full of older electronics speaking this ancient language,
Yeah.
like RS-232 or RS-485 serial connections. And they suddenly need to take orders from a modern computer network, an Ethernet LAN.
Like they're suddenly dealing with an entirely alien species, right?
Exactly, yeah. And the Kramer Gateway basically acts as the universal translator between them.
Right. And what's fascinating here is the core functionality of how it does that. It's this plug-and-play device that connects your legacy AV equipment, so older video displays, scalers, and audio amps, directly to a local network or the internet.
So you can control them all remotely.
Yeah, exactly. You can control up to 3 RS-232 devices and 1 RS-485 device right from a PC.
Wow, okay. But instead of just listing specs, I want to explore how this invisible magic happens in the real world. Because they are handling a lot of data, right?
Well, yeah, but it's a specific kind of data. It can handle a sum total of into 150 kilobits per second. And it supports a really wide range of baud rates, from 1200 all the way up to 150, 200 BPS.
Wait, 150 kilobits? That sounds absolutely ancient compared to modern gigabit fiber.
It does, but remember, you are not streaming 4K video through this thing. You are just sending tiny text commands like power on. So for that, 150 kilobits is actually a massive highway. Plus, it comes with Windows-based virtual port software, so you can map out all these connections really easily.
Okay, but let me push back on the physical footprint for a second.
Yeah.
If this box is controlling massive AV matrix systems, does it take up like half a server room? I mean, how big is this thing?
No, not at all, actually. The source clarifies it's just a really small, convection-cooled aluminum box.
Wait, really? Just a tiny box?
Yeah, it can be tucked away in a standard 1U rack space.
Ah.
And it runs on a simple, 5-volt DC power adapter. It's incredibly unobtrusive.
That is wild. Okay, so moving from those pristine technical specs to the actual reality of buying this thing from HDTV Supply. It has an MSRP of $375, though it's currently on sale for $300. But here's where it gets really interesting.
Oh, I know exactly what you're going to say. The review, right?
Yes. There's a remarkably honest 3-star customer review from a buyer named John M., and he noted that the staff was, quote, less than friendly. But he still gave them 3 stars because they ultimately answered his technical question.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, that points out the reality of specialized tech retail.
Which is what? Exactly.
Well, it's really less about that warm and fuzzy customer service experience. It is more about getting raw, functional answers to keep these incredibly complex systems running. They didn't coddle him, but they gave him what he needed.
Right. They just gave him the data. So what does this all mean? Well, I think it reminds you that the seamless cloud you interact with every single day is actually physically tethered to older, localized hardware.
Oh, 100%. All through these unsung, heavy-duty gateway devices, just like the Kramer one.
Exactly. Which leaves you with a final thought to ponder.
Mm-hmm.
Because modern devices increasingly come with native IP and Wi-Fi connectivity built right into their core.
Yeah, everything is getting smarter.
Right. So what will eventually happen to perfectly good, quote-unquote, dumb hardware? Will translator boxes like the Kramer Gateway keep them alive forever? Or are we slowly building a graveyard of RS-232 devices?